and then you can choose their shaft, like a orange shaft, and then your grips
This
as
is for
well.
I hope he likes that.
Brooke, when you get to editing this in like 2 years' time,
Oh shit, he's probably all caught up. Hey Brad, you gonna ready up?
sorry, I was putting a flashlight on the end of my golf club. Yeah, but Brooke, I upgrade that monster from like a we'll never drink it to just like we'll probably drink it at some point again.
Tomorrow.
Someone say tier list? Yes, hello, welcome to the Doiz Gaming Energy Drink tier list. I messaged all of the Doiz, all of them, even Little Sam, even Leith, and I said, hey, can you rank these energy drinks? Now, this isn't just a random assortment of energy drinks. These are the energy drinks that we sell at New World. Well, mostly. And the fact that I work there means that I'm able to see what comes in, see what's new, and be like, hey boys, have you tried this? Like, I know I wasn't the one who said it, Brad was, as you saw in the clip before, but, you know, hey boys, have you tried this new monster? It's pretty good. So I thought, why not rank all the energy drinks? And so here we are. I've got my list somewhere. Yep, I got my list down here. And we're gonna go by brand. So let's get right into it. These are nice, good. You also got something nice. What do I do? I go by Salt AZ. Oh, here, Salt AZ again. Because sometimes it's a V as well. That's such a fast as it sells, what it does. I say sorry. You would think that I would have had this all. Oops. You would have think that I had this all sorted. Nah, there's one missing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's right. And then green. Insert cut cells. CL. So you can tell it's not chlorine because it's a capital L. Bum 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 bum. So we take a sip. We loosen up. And finally, after a solid 25 minutes, we are ready to begin. Wait, I'm dumb. I just realised that when I put this into the video file, you're only going to see the tier list. You're not going to see the energy drinks at the bottom. Because at the bottom is our beautiful faces and Aaron Rodgers. At the bottom below, when it gets to an energy drink, you'll see our personal ratings pop up. If no number pops up, that means that that person did not submit a rating for that particular energy drink. Not everyone had tried every energy drink, because not everyone works at a supermarket and goes, oh, Monster's on special, I'll get 2 for $5. Oh, look, it's 3 for $5 with Rockstar, I'll get 1 of each. Out of all of the Doiz, only 2 Doiz had tried all of the energy drinks. One, of course, being me, but the other one being Liam. Brad was a close second, well, a third. The only drinks that he hadn't had were the Musashi energy drinks, and I mean, I don't blame him. If Liam has a little issue with the green one, I can only imagine how Brad would react to it. If you know, you know. The first energy drink on our list is Demon Apple. The smell of this energy drink reminded me of Hubba Bubba, and it tastes like green apple. Now, I'm not a huge fan of green apple energy drink flavours, like they have to be good to be good. And this one, I didn't think it was too bad. Like, you can see my rating down here, or it's down there. One of those will be correct. As a collective though, the Doiz rate this energy drink at a C. Next up, it is the original flavour of Demon Energy. Now, a lot of the original flavour of energy drinks have a certain taste. And in my infinite knowledge, I said, you know what this tastes like? It tastes like energy drink. What does energy drink taste of? Well, if you have just an original flavour energy drink, you'll know what I'm talking about. Most of the energy drinks that taste like energy drink, not the biggest fan of them. But this one, this Demon, it's more, how you say, subtle in the energy drink, so you don't get as big of an artificial taste as some of the cheaper brands. As a collective, the Doiz rate Demon Energy a B. That is the sugar-free one. B. Wow, man doesn't know his cans. To be fair, we don't sell Demon Energy except for the Apple one anymore. I don't know why, but hey. Is it a stock issue? Maybe. We've been out of the sugar-free one for ages. That only leaves one more Demon Energy, and if you saw just before, if I didn't cut that out, it's the sugar-free one. A lot of sugar-free energy drinks are hit or miss. Some brands, like Monster, they have some real nice sugar-free energy drinks. May I bring this back into a frame? Zero sugar. Very, the healthy drink for you because it's got no sugar in it. Some energy drink brands, I'm looking at UV, their sugar-free ones aren't so good. So this Demon sugar-free, it's not as sweet. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing. And for the Doiz, we believe that it's not as good. So it is also rated a C. Next up, we have Live Plus. And yes, I know Live Plus sounds a lot better, but this energy drink used to be called Lift Plus. The company was told they needed to change the name, I think. I'm like 80% sure on it. I don't know why. Maybe because Coke already had Lift, isn't the lemon drink? Because yes, Live Plus is part of Coca-Cola. And so they decided, well, if we can't be called Lift, what about Live? Alright, so the first energy drink up for Live Plus is the original one. Now, let me say one thing. You know how Coke tastes better in glass? Yeah, Live Plus is the same. When I had a can of Live Plus, I was like, this is shit, I don't like it, this is bad. But then I remembered back when it used to be called Lift Plus, I was told, hey, if you carry my bag to the pools, I'll buy you a drink. Not only was the bag empty, the walk to the pools was like 300 metres. So, I got a drink and I got a Lift Plus. And I was like, oh, this is nice. I like this. So imagine my surprise when I'm having the can and I'm like, this isn't right. I don't like it. Before the mid-Christmas Doiz get-together, I thought, well, I have to get a glass, right? So I had a glass of it that had been chilling in the chiller the whole day. I turn up, crack it open, you got that satisfying of the top opening, take a sip and I'm like, holy damn, this tastes so much better. And believe me, the Doiz think the same, as Live Plus Original is our first A. Next up is the sugar-free version of Live Plus. This is one of the energy drinks where the sugar-free version just tastes like a watered-down version of the original. And because of that, all of us Doiz believe that it is a B. As you see, it's very similar to Demon, where the original flavour is one tier above the sugar-free version. So, just like Demon, we have an apple energy drink up next. This was an interesting one, because it still had that, ooh, can bad type of energy drink taste. But it was a nice apple, although a bit artificial tasting, you know what I mean? Some of the Doiz agreed, some of the Doiz kind of liked this one, and so we end up with it in B. Lastly is a very, not controversial one, but a very interesting flavour to bring in. Live Plus Watermelon. This wasn't the first watermelon energy drink that was out. We got the Rockstar one down here. But this was an interesting one. This actually tasted more like watermelon. Because this Rockstar one here, just spoiler alert for a future list, had that cheapy taste to it. But this is like full on watermelon blamming in your mouth. But I discussed with Liam about this, as we were the ones who probably enjoyed this the most. I said, hey Liam, can you taste like banana? And he said, yeah, I can. And it's very interesting, because it's a watermelon taste with a banana-y aftertaste. Not every Doi was a fan of this taste, however, and despite the love that I have for this, a lot of Dois didn't like it, and so this also ends up in B. And this brings us to our first honourable mention. There's some energy drinks that we don't sell in the supermarket, or they're not at Countdown, they're not at Pack and Save, they're not easy to find. And one of these is the Monster Ultra Watermelon. I had to get this from like one of those lolly websites, and it was a little bit more than the usual $3, $4, whatever dollars you get for a Monster. I don't know what they're at the moment. I think $3.50 each right now. Don't know. Our first honourable mention is the Ultra Watermelon flavour of Monster. Why? It tastes exactly the same as Live Plus Watermelon. This is one of my honourable mentions, and so it's going right next to the Live Plus Watermelon, as they taste exactly the same, so should have had the same rating. Now we're officially into the Monster Energy list. And of course, who would have guessed, but first up, it is Monster Original. Now let me get this, so let me clear things up. When I say Monster Original, I mean just the regular can. And that, the Dois give an A. However, that is the wrong can. This is the right can. However, as you would have just seen, that was Monster Import. And both Tom, Kane, and Hamish all agree that it's better than Monster Original. And if it's better than Monster Original, it becomes our first S energy drink. Next up is the Monster Mule energy drink. It's an interesting idea having a ginger beer flavoured energy drink. But, you know, it's not bad. You don't taste the energy drink, you taste the ginger beer. However, as the Dois say, we rate it in B. So far, you know, it's quite a mid list. A lot of decent energy drinks, couple of good ones, couple of stinkers. But I think it's time for possibly one of the best energy drinks on our list. I don't need to say much about this energy drink. You already know what it is. It's the one and only Pipeline Punch, and it is our first official S energy drink. It balances the taste of sweetness with the taste of flavour. That lovely tropical flavour coming through so well. Oh, so good. And not to be outdone, next up is the Monster Energy Mango Loco. And would you believe it? This is also rated S by the Dois. There's something about Monster, they taste, for lack of a better term, they taste fuller. I was going to say they taste thicker, but you don't want like a thick energy drink. But like take a sip of Monster for example. It's got like a fuller taste compared to, you know, like Mother or Rockstar. And I think that's why you'll find some of these sweeter flavours are at the top, because they are full on sweet without overpowering the taste of the drink. Like the Mango Loco one, you can taste the mango, it doesn't just taste like sweet. But hey, maybe you don't like having sugar in your energy drinks. Maybe you want some sugar-free energy drinks, but you still want to stick with Monster. Well, have I got the drink for you. First up, Ultra Fiesta. This is just Mango Loco, but sugar-free. And as you can see, just like these energy drinks before them, the sugar-free version comes in at a ranking below. Next up we have the drink that inspired this list, Ultra Gold. The first time I had it, it was like, what is this flavour? And then you realise, it's pineapple. The Doiz rated this an A. Next up is an energy drink that we don't sell at New World, and I'm annoyed because I like this one a lot. It is Ultra Paradise. Now, while, as you know, I'm not the biggest fan of Apple energy drinks. They have to be good to be good. If they're not good, they're not good. However, just like Live Plus, the Doiz have rated it as a B. Next up, we have Monster Ultra Rosa. And this may be one of the most unmemorable energy drinks I've ever had. I believe this is the sugar-free version of Pipeline Punch, but you wouldn't really think it, as the flavour there is not really discernible at all. And the Doiz agree, giving it a B. The first time a sugar-free version hasn't been one beneath its sugar-full version, for lack of a better word. Lastly, we have probably the most iconic Monster Energy sugar-free drink, Ultra Zero. I know a lot of people who really, really like this drink, and they say that it's probably one of the best energy drinks. But what do the Doiz think? You'll never guess, but it's a B. But once again, look, if this is the sugar-free version of original Monster, it is a tier beneath. Apparently, sugar-free versions of energy drinks just aren't that good. Next up are the Monster Super Fuels. And I do believe, looking at these energy drinks in here, these are the only non-carbonated energy drinks. So yeah, it's a little bit of a, lack of a better word, a shock to have an energy drink that doesn't have the fizz. The first one is just the plain old Super Fuel sugar-free. So you may be thinking, oh, here we go, sugar-free, non-carbonated energy drinks. We're gonna get a D here, aren't we? Well, no, not really. As you can see, there's a few Doiz who really didn't like this energy drink, but this is balanced out by the couple of us who do like the energy drink. And as you can guess, once again, another B. You know what isn't as good? The Tropic Thunder version. When you hear Tropic, you think sweet. You think Mango Loco, Pipeline Punch, you know, those kinds of sweet. No, it is just a very, very disappointing drink. At least in my opinion. The rest of the bastards are like, oh, I love this. This is so good. And because of that, once again, hello B. The last remaining Monster Energy drink is the Purple Passion version. Purple was a nice flavour. Passion fruit's nice. Is it going to be really, really flavourful? No. B. Again. Before we continue, we have a few honourable mentions. First up is the Monster Energy drink, The Doctor. To me, the flavour of The Doctor is pulpy orange juice without the pulp and with more bitterness. Not a fan at all. Do remember that this is an honourable mention, so only one person ranked these. This is not the thoughts and opinions of the Doiz Collective. But, however, we have our first D. The final Monster Energy drink honourable mention is Monster Energy Monarch. This has got like a very peachy and apricot flavour, I believe. What it tasted like was cough medicine. Having, recently recovered from COVID, I then got sick with a cold. Yay. The cold was worse than COVID. Yay. I would cough a lot. Yay. So, we got a bottle of cough medicine and it's apricot flavoured. I don't like apricot. This cough medicine tasted nice. This Monster Energy tasted like the cough medicine, but less like a chemical bloody medicine and more like a lovely, lovely energy drink. And I'm very tempted to put it in A, but I believe that it belongs in the B tier. Our next lot of energy drinks are the Mother Energy drinks. And you're damn right we're starting with the original flavour. This is probably the biggest energy drink flavour. Like, if you had to look up a dictionary of energy drink flavour in the dictionary, it would just say, here, try this. Now, as you know, I'm not the biggest fan of that, but the rest of the Doiz are. And in a shocking turn of fate, we have another A energy drink. The next colour in the rainbow is orange, and you know what that means? Tropical Blast. This legitimately just tastes like Fanta. So if you're a big fan of Fanta, Fanta, you'll love this energy drink. And it seems like the Doiz do as well, because this is yet another A energy drink. One good thing about Mother, or at least what used to be a good thing, was they used to be $2. Well, $1.99, but you know, $2. But your brain sees, oh, $1.99, that's cheaper than $2. I'm going to get this. Unfortunately, between me taking a couple weeks off, the price went up from $1.99 to $2.20, and oh, just breaks my heart. Yellow is the next colour of the rainbow, so the next Mother energy drink we're looking at is Mother Passion. Not often you have a passion fruit flavoured energy drink, mostly because passion fruit, while it is quite a sweet fruit, can also be quite sour. Sour passion fruit are quite nice, sweet passion fruit are quite nice. So what do we think about a passion fruit energy drink? Mid. It's B. Green is up next, and who would have guessed, but green is apple flavoured. So this is the first of two apple energy drinks that Mother Energy have come out with. This is quite a tart energy drink, kind of like the Demon Energy, but it's a lot sweeter. And you know what us Doiz are like, we like them sweet things, so it's a B. Next up, Epic Swell. What flavour is blue? You're right, it's apple! This one is definitely a lot sweeter than this tart apple over here. And would you believe it? What's that? An energy drink sweeter than the one before it? A. Last up is Frost Berry. Now, if you remember the card opening video that I did, that was the energy drink that I had while recording that. Fits perfectly. Now, when you think of berries, you think of, you know, another very sweet energy drink, but it's not that sweet, and the flavour is just not as strong. So unfortunately, the Doiz have ranked it as a B as well. We have one honourable mention to cover. Mother Sugar-Free Raspberry. Why wasn't it included? Oh, I don't know. Maybe the fact that it's been out for like 4 days. Now, this is my honourable mention. So you hear sugar-free and you're like, oh, it's going to be ranked low. Well, not exactly. If you've had the Schweppes raspberry flavour, you know how absolutely sweet and full of flavour that is. Did you know that there's a sugar-free raspberry version of that? It takes away that huge sweet flavour, which also takes away a bit from the raspberry flavour. And this energy drink is the same. This means that this energy drink ends up in the B tier. I've also realised I've made a mistake, and I was right, this is A tier. It's Liam's favourite time. It's Musashi time! Yay! Woo! And what better way to start it off than Musashi Orange? Which one's the orange one? That's the orange one, okay. So Musashi Orange, it gives you the tingles. It is very, like you have a sip, you're just chilling. Suddenly, up your arms, you get these tingles. It is honestly one of the weirdest feelings. For me, the tingles are like, nah, this is bad. But for all of us combined, we give it a solid B. The next flavour, oh, I didn't even mention what that orange flavour was. So orange flavour was tropical. And as you can see, you know, us Doiz, we like our tropical flavours. Just not the tingles, man. Continuing our kind of tropical theme, next up is the blue flavour, which is raspberry. This is probably, well, was probably the sweetest of the three energy drinks. As you may or may not know, there's 4 of them now. But of the 3, it was definitely the sweetest and probably had the strongest flavour. So you know what that means? It goes above the other Musashi into A. So next up we have grape. And as you know, grape is a very sweet flavour. So obviously it's going to rank high, right? Well, this grape is more of a subtle grape. It just sneaks up on you and hits you with flavour. But because of that, it is only ranked in the B tier. The most recent entry in the Musashi energy drink line is green apple. Now you may be thinking, oh, there's a green apple in B, there's a green apple in B, and there's a green apple in C. Is this going to be a very low ranked energy drink list? No, it's not. So this is a very sweet apple flavour. It's not like a tart apple, it's a sweet flavour. Absolutely delicious. Just don't ask Liam about what the sweetener does to him. If you know, you know. Next up is Red Bull. These are the most interesting of the energy drinks because they're big can and it's not 500ml, it's 473ml. They're just different, okay? And we start obviously with the original Red Bull flavour. Now, not only do people like it just for the, that Red Bull, that signature Red Bull taste, but I'm sure a lot of people, especially a certain Sam, have very fond memories of Jaeger bombs. In fact, I'm sure Sam has a very fond memory of a certain Wellington trip. So because of this, Red Bull Original goes in the A tier. Next up is the sugar-free version. I know what you're thinking. Oh, obviously, must be B tier, right? It's a sugar-free version. They taste pretty much identical, but it's sugar-free, so they won't like it. No, that's where you're wrong. They do taste the same. So obviously they're ranked in A tier as well. But don't worry, we're not going to break tradition that easy. We still have Red Bull Zero. B! There's your bloody sugar-free version being lower than the original version for you. I know you guys were missing out on that. Now, we have the flavoured Red Bulls. And these are interesting because they only come, to my knowledge, in the small cans. So, if you want to try one, and you want to be like, oh, I can only have, the 500 mils a day or whatever they say on the cans. What do they say on here? No? Ah, here it is, at the bottom. Consume responsibly. Limit daily intake to 1 can. So 500 mils. So unlike the big cans, these only suggest you limit it to 2 cans a day. So when you're wanting to try multiple different flavours, this makes it a lot easier. First up is Red Bull Watermelon. Unlike Live Plus and the Monster energy drinks that are watermelon flavoured, this doesn't have the banana aftertaste. However, I don't think that's the reason why the Doiz don't like it. I just think that they don't like the watermelon flavour, as this is also rated in the B tier. Joining it in the B tier is the tropical version. I believe that this is rated in the middle, as even though it is a tropical flavour, it just doesn't have the huge sweetness that, these Monster energy drinks up here have. However, one of the flavoured energy drinks does break the A tier. That is the dragon fruit flavour. I'm not saying that one rating has helped push it to this top tier, but let's just say a certain Doiz believes that this is the cure to COVID. So story time for those not in the know. I had COVID back in July. It was June, because I missed the only public holiday on a Friday, fucking Matariki, which for someone who doesn't work Mondays really sucked. And yes, I know Good Friday's a thing, but we don't work on Good Friday. Anyway, I get to work and I'm feeling a little but I've been feeling a little every once in a while because I'd had a late night. So I'm like, oh, I'm just tired. So I'm out putting out, I'm putting the milk out because, I'm the milkman on the first few days. And I'm like, fuck this. So I go and grab an energy drink and it's the dragon fruit flavour of Red Bull. Still feeling a little crack it open and just glug, 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 down the whole thing. Within about half an hour, I'm feeling fine. And that's fine with a capital F. Of course, then I get home and take a COVID test and it's like, oh, you're positive, so I get a week off. But I never felt bad. Like, I know quite a few of the other Doiz who have had COVID are like, eh. They've had it way worse than I had it. I like to think it's because I had that one Red Bull. Anyway, we have a couple more honourable mentions to go through. First up, Red Bull Summer version. Now, if I told you this flavour combination, you would be thinking that I'm just dumb. Those do not go together. It's apricot and strawberry. Now, I don't like apricot. We've gone over this before. But the apricot flavour in this was actually quite nice. You know what wasn't nice? The cheap budget strawberry taste. Blech. I reckon, and this is coming from someone who doesn't like apricot, I reckon that if it was just apricot, this might have been like a B to A tier. But instead, it's in the D tier. Joining it in the D tier is probably my favourite honourable mention. This comes from everyone's favourite Australian member of the Doiz, Leith. When I messaged him, I said, okay, this is the list of drinks that, I want ratings for. He comes back to me a couple days later and he's like, oh, I've got this rating for Red Bull Pomegranate. It's a 1 out of 5. And so I say, okay, why? His reply... Now remember, he didn't have to try this. He chose on his own accord to try this. His reply was, I don't like pomegranate. I had to ask him about that and he's like, yeah, it just had a real cheap artificial taste and it wasn't tasting sweet at all. But the idea of this man going to the supermarket and being like, I don't like pomegranate, let me grab a pomegranate energy drink. Fuck me. Alright, we're down to 2 more brands. And the first brand up is Rockstar. First up, we have the original flavour of Rockstar. This is their version of energy drink flavour. And it's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. So you know what that means? It's a B. So you see, next up is the sugar-free version. I wonder, guys, do you think that it's going to be in a lower tier? Well, guess what? You're fucking wrong. Also B. Alright, next up, El Mango. So you see Mango Loco, Ultra Fiesta, they're mango flavoured, right? So that must be close to the S tier, right? Nah, it's only A tier. Quite a few of us like it, but there's some who just really don't like it. And that's sad. Why don't you like mango, guys? Please, like mango. Maybe you're a guava person. We got guava. And this is also A tier. But I tell you what, if you are into the very sweet energy drinks, you go for this shit. This thing is... The flavours go sugar, guava. Maybe you don't like the sweetness of the energy drinks. Maybe you want something a little more, for lack of a better term, subtle. You have Experience Berry, which is, as it's not so sweet, in the B tier. It's an acquired taste. The first time I had it, I was coming off the idea that it was really good because I heard Liam talk about it in a stream once. And I'm like, he knows his shit. This must be good. I took a sip and I'm like, oh, this isn't good. But by the time I finished, I was like, yeah, no, that's not bad. You know what is bad? Silver Ice. Did I put that in the wrong one? Yeah, I did. It's real bad. It's like lemonade flavour, I think. Just without the sweetness, without the lemon flavour. It's like sparkling water, but without the TV static taste. It's bubbly fucking nothing. No one should buy this. I don't want to talk about this. You know how you get those watermelon lollies as a kid, and they have that really cheap artificial taste? Yeah, well, Rockstar decided we're going to make it into a drink. That's why that's sitting there. How did it make it to C tier? Well, as you can see down below, that's someone else's fault. Not mine. I hate it. Last lot of energy drinks here is V. The quintessential energy drink to have with a pie on a Sunday morning. Or any time, to be fair. You know, you go to Servo, you're going to get a pie. What do you get with your pie? You got to get a V. And because I don't want to end on honourable mentions, I'm going to bring them up now. Our favourite Little Sam graciously gave me a couple of V energy drink flavours to put on the list. The limited edition Jono and Ben energy drinks. What did he say about them? He said they're trash. 1 star. D rating. On the other end of the spectrum, everyone's favourite baseball nerd said, hey, you know what's a real good V energy drink? V Black. Please bring it back. I miss it. It is the best. It joins the S rank if you hadn't already seen me move it up there. So now, it's our final energy drink flavoured energy drink in V green flavour. As I've just said, it is the basic energy drink flavour, but quite a lot of people like it. It makes it to the A tier. However, I don't think I needed to ask the Doiz about this. I think everyone knew where this one's going. V Blue, everyone wanted it in a 710ml bottle, but it's not practical. In fact, New World have gotten rid of the 710s because the can, it's made in America, and with when COVID was hitting, getting the cans in was very difficult and expensive, so they just decided, nah, we don't want them. But V Blue, easy S tier. And would you believe it? We have a couple of sugar-free versions of them. You'll never guess where they're going. What's that? Blue V in the S tier? Sugar-free blue in the A tier. Green V in the A tier. Sugar-free V in the blue tier. In the B tier. Next up is the raspberry and lemonade V. As I had said earlier with the silver ice and also the monster, the lemonade flavour is a very interesting flavour to try and pull off. But the addition of berries just gives it an extra bit of sweetness, which helps propel it into the looks at notes. Into the B tier. The next two energy drinks that I'll be ranking are the two newest ones. They are the sugar-free energy drinks that came out recently, the citrus lemon and the watermelon and pineapple. Now, technically, we didn't get a ranking from the Doiz, but we all agree they're both good. Hamish and I believe that the citrus one is the better flavour of the two. Everyone else says it's the watermelon and pineapple one. Either way, they're both good. I would highly recommend getting these. I mean, they're sugar-free, so they're good for you, right? Well, I wish I could say this is the end of the tier list, but we got one to go. The sugar-free berry. When I got it from Countdown. It was clearance because they were trying to get rid of them. I wonder why they were trying to get rid of them. This is probably the worst energy drink I've ever had, and I've had this bloody non-tasting energy drink. It tastes like cough medicine, but not even the good cough medicine. It's like a few chemicals away from tasting like Robitussin, and that thing is bleh. So here it is, the definitive Doiz Gaming energy drink tier list. I really hope you've enjoyed this, seeing what we like to drink. Maybe it's inspired you to try a new Monster, or a new Mother, or a V, I don't know. Well, at this point, I hope that the outro song's playing, because I'm just stalling for time here, like please, hey future me, outro music needs to be going now, overtime.